It's that desire that creates the lack, the massive amount of desire, just creates that massive gap. And the feeling, it's like you're achieving so much to escape a feeling. I was speaking with my clients about this, and he's an entrepreneur and he's trying to achieve so much because without the achievements, he feels like shit. He feels worthless. And again, not enough, right? And that's a common entrepreneurial story. So my whole thing, I asked you this earlier, was like, if we don't create from fear, how are we going to have the hunger to create? Like, is that enough hunger to create from love? Is that enough to achieve all of these things?
The point of it is not the achieving. You see?
Or the drive to do something.
We will do what is needed. So the Tao Te Ching.
Yeah, it's right there. Tao Te Ching. It's a book. It's somewhere there. Yeah.
All right. So if we were to flip to a certain page, I'd be like, yeah, if you flip to page 77, paragraph 3. Nah, just kidding. I don't know it like that. But there's a line in the Tao to where I always remember. I think about this line. So when he said that, I think about this. It's a simple line. It's basically saying, when the work is done, stop. There's more to this verse, but that line, such a simple thing. When the work is done, stop. So when we go, I want all this, well, it doesn't matter what we want. What needs to be done? What needs to be done? I need to go ahead and get this product out to 10 million people. That's what needs to happen. Okay. If we feel that's what needs to happen, then do that. This will be 10 million sales. This will be $100 million business. Okay. That's what needs to be done. Then keep going until you're done. But if it doesn't need to be that and it's something different, then we do what is needed. But when we look at it in that perspective, we look at it not in the sense of, what do I want to gain for myself? No, I'm already fulfilled. I'm not operating in a state of lack. I'm fine. I'm not in survival mode. So now when I am fine, what actually needs to happen? Now and then we go ahead and look at it with clarity instead of looking at it as what I can gain. There's like 3 perspectives that we can operate from. We can operate from self-centered. Everything's about me. So I'm here to help you, but really I'm helping you so I can help me. You see, self-centered. What can you do for me? What can this situation do for me? The next one we can say is community-centered. That means it's about my people, my team, my community, right? Us against them. So we expand a little bit more. We have a little more love. We care a little more about others, but not fully because you're not like me. If you're not my team, then I don't give a shit about you. And then we have the world-centered, which is more where our consciousness is, where our care expands out all the way. And we go, I care about everybody. And I do my best to go ahead and create a win across all. Do my best. It doesn't happen. But there's an intention. And when I'm deciding and making choices, I actually think about what is the ripple effect of what I'm doing, not just for my gain, not just for my community gain, but for everybody else as well. And maybe I can say even for all living beings, not just all people, but all living beings, the insects and the animals and the plants and this planet. So when we think about it in that way, it changes what we do. We don't look at it as, how am I going to go ahead and have enough desire to, it's not even about desire. What needs to be done? So let's say I have a worldview. This is what's happening in the world. What needs to be done? This needs to be done. And if this happens, it will affect the world in this way. Does that need to be done? Yes. Okay. Do it. And now it changes. On the outside, we look at it, this person working hard, and the other person goes, I need to have enough desire so I can make $1 million business. It looks very similar. But you start to have conversations, you start to see how they think, and you realize that they are operating in very, very different worlds. But on the outside, it looks very similar. And when they achieve things, without diving into details, it also kind of looks similar sometimes. And it's, but what's really be affected is the way that they do things. The self-centered person will do things different than a world-centered person, even if they're doing the same thing. You know, they're both selling the same product, but the outcome of it is very different. The way they approach it is very different.
Their intention's different, right?
Yeah.
And people can feel that.
Yeah.
Your intention is everything. I was just listening to Oprah Winfrey talk about that. Like, there's a book called The Seat of the Soul, and she was in the book talks about like the intention behind what you're doing is the most important thing.
It's like a purplish blue book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.